right in the kisser.
Hey, how the devil are you? Why, Yoda. Right, so today we're going to be looking at the new streamer from Arylic, the LP10. And I'm going to be doing some comparisons to the Wii Mini because that's what it's going up against. Oh, strong competition. But before we look at that, it is a Friday. I like a little tipple on a Friday. Drink responsibly. No, I'm joking. I'm not joking. I'm joking. Not joking. Anyway, so this what I say, alcohol of choice is, now it might confuse you because it says Northern Comfort on the bottle, and I was confused when I got it because I was looking for Southern Comfort, but apparently this is a promotional bottle of Southern Comfort, promoting the north of England, okay, and it's sponsored or promoted as well in conjunction with a UK rapper called H, not letter H, okay, it's AITCH, H. I think it's a play on words, isn't it? You know the score, okay. I quite like some of his stuff. It's UK rap with a little bit of pop mixed in sometimes, you know the score, okay, but I quite like some of his stuff. Now, I do like a Southern Comfort. I think it's a whiskey liqueur with peach something in there, whatever. Really nice. But it's got a competition on here. It says, win the big giveaway. So I thought, ooh, I want to have a go with that. So on the back, it's got this QR code. So I scanned the QR code, and the prize is you get an all expenses paid trip to one of his concerts. So I thought, now that'll be fun. A 59, if I win it, it'd be a 59-year-old geezer turning up at one of these concerts. Do you think I'll be all right in there? Who cares? Perhaps I'll go in disguise. Yo, bruv, H is bear peng, fam. Maybe not. I don't think I'll pass for 20-something, even with the sunglasses on. But there we are. If I win, I'm still going to go. Maybe I'll do a vlog on it. Anyway, right, so Southern Comfort, really like it. Now, I like to have it neat over ice. Again, it's not a weak liqueur. It's quite a strong 75% volume. So, you know, can't drink too much of it, but I do like it over ice neat. Some people like to put lemonade with it. I'm a real man. I like to have it straight, yeah. There we go. So let's have a little taste of this. Got a bit of ice ready in the glass. Oh, here we go. Not too much now, not too much. After the video. Right, okay. Cheers down the hatch. Oh, no, this. Luckily the ice is melted a bit because I like the ice to melt just a little. Beautiful. Oh, just one more sip. Hang on a minute. Pause it right now. Hang on. Oh, lovely. Oh my God, I haven't got a coaster. One of my subscribers, you know who you are, kicks off if I don't put a coaster down. Oh, sorry. Right, anyway, enough of that. Let's bring you in for a closer look at this streamer. Oh. Okay, and here it is. It's pretty dinky. There we are. Not very big at all. So at the moment I've got it on Wi-Fi. It says network there connected. Okay, you can run through the inputs on the top here. It's got a push button on the top. Press that, goes to Bluetooth. Then it's got line in and USB. I'll talk about the USB. It's playing a USB at the moment because I've got a USB stick, but you can play up to 1,000. I think a USB can hold 1,000 songs on it for this. I think it might be 1,000 or 1,200, around about there anyway. And I'll talk about more in depth about the USB later on. And it's got touchscreen on the top there, play, pause, volume. So you've got the volume there. There you go. Long press to turn off. And obviously the OLED screen. Right, let's unplug it a little now. Take it all out. Okay, take that out. Now, let's have a little look around the back. Okay, on the back we have the LAN. You can directly connect your Ethernet cable if you've got it close to a router. or router for my American chums. You've got USB, which I said earlier, it's just over 1,000 songs. I'm not sure the exact amount. You've got line in, line out, 3.5mm jacks. Then you've got optical out. USB-C is just for power only. Okay, you can't get, it doesn't transfer data. Now, talking about the USB, now it can hold 1,000 tracks, and also what is good is that you can actually go in and see the tracks that are on the USB. I've actually encountered a few streamers in the past, other devices, where you plug in the USB and you can't see what tracks are on your USB. Well, if you've got hundreds or thousands of songs on there, it makes it unusable. It'll take you ages to find the track. The only thing is though, it only gives you your tracks that are on the USB. I would have liked to have seen, I'm being a bit pedantic here potentially, but I would have liked to have seen it in files. It just makes it easier if you've got if you've got it in albums and folders, you can go to that folder. It just makes the searching much easier than just having all the songs on there. So that's the only downside, but it is nice to see that you can access the tracks. Comes with a remote. There we go. Not a bad remote, it's all right, it's got everything on it. Play, pause, whatever. You can get Bluetooth on it. I think it's only AAC and SBC, so not the, I'll do it like that because it's blurring. So it's a SBC and AAC, it's Bluetooth 5.2 I believe. That's your input there, play, pause, volume, etc, etc. Okay, it's got a preset EQ. I think it's got 4 EQ settings. I think it's flat, pop, rock and classical. Now I would have liked to have seen an EQ on there that you can set yourself rather than having presets, but the presets work well, and I settled on classical. It always seems to sound the best to me, but you've got those 4 to choose from. Oh, that's a USB button there. Now it also comes with a very it's basic, but the reason I'm showing this manual is because it comes in a font I can actually read without glasses, which is great for us over 50s. A lot of these manuals are coming along and they're about font 6. It's ridiculous. So it's nice to see a manual with a font I can read. It says on the back, it's got a QR code for a 4-stream app, but this doesn't support 4-stream. There's a reason why it's no need for it to support 4-stream really, but it doesn't have the 4-stream app. It just uses the Go Control app. It also came with a USB to USB-C power cable. Comes with a RCA to 3.5mm there. Okay, and it also comes with a 3.5mm to 3.5mm male. Sweet, so it comes fully loaded. Now, talking about the app just now, let's have a little look at it and the app. Let's have a little look at the Go Control app. As you can see, we got music, Bluetooth, auxiliary, USB, and you hit one of them and it'll just go to it, whatever, blah, 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 there you go. And that's the auxiliary in, whoop. So that's, let me just pause that. So as soon as you hit USB, it'll play whatever's on the USB stick. If I go back to music and then hit it again, you'll see then you got here, you got NAS play. So if I hit that, that'll connect it to any server you've got you want to put off music on. It's connected to my Marantz Melody X for some reason, but there we go. You got Arylic radio and U radio. Now, none of the radio stations on here I recognise that I would ever listen to. So the radio stations are there, but meh. Okay, it also has Spotify and TIDAL. And this will support Spotify Connect, TIDAL Connect, AirPlay 2, Google Cast. So it does a lot of things, and this is why it doesn't need to have a dedicated app, and I'll show you why. So you go, you can't play the radio. Well, let me show you something, yeah? Let me go to TuneIn Radio. Okay, so we're on TuneIn Radio at the moment. If I just press this little icon here, boop, and it'll cast to, because it supports Google Cast, and I've got an Android phone, then I can just hit that, and it'll now cast to the LP10. There you got your little noise. Let me just turn it up a little bit. Hey, my pink pony club. There you go. There we are. Right, don't want to play too much of that. And also, you may have noticed that it didn't have Amazon Music in there. So you're like, but I've got Amazon Music, god damn you. Well, let's open the Amazon Music app. Let's have a bit of Luther. Okay, it's a bit of Never Too Much. Wow, hang on. Right, so, see this icon here? Right, bang on that. And there at the top you can see the Arylic LP10. Bump. And it'll just cast them directly to the LP10. There's your little beep, and now it'll play. There we are, bit of Luther. Yeah! Right, let's compare the LP10 to the Weem Mini. So they both have Spotify Connect. They both have Apple AirPlay 2. Yippee! They both have TIDAL Connect. Yahoo! Now, what the LP10 has over the Weem is Google Cast. Now, Google Cast used to be Chromecast. I prefer Chromecast because I can say it easier. So Google Cast is great. You know, it's like if you, especially AirPlay 2 is great if you've got an Apple phone, okay, an iPhone. But Google Cast is great if you've got an Android phone. It's fantastic. They both have Wi-Fi 5 dual band, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. They both have Bluetooth 5.2, and they both only use SBC and AAC. But why would you use Bluetooth really when you've got a decent streamer? You know, you probably wouldn't use it. They both have an auxiliary in. They both have an auxiliary out. They both have an optical out. And as you've seen earlier, the LP10 sports a USB input. You can put extra tracks on there. The Weem doesn't have that. The LP10 also has an OLED display. The Weem doesn't. Now, the Weem doesn't have a remote control as such, a physical remote, and the LP10 does have a physical remote. But you can control the Weem from the app on your phone. One thing I will say is that the Weem's user interface is very intuitive. So that's one up for Weem there, really. And also, I think the graphic equalizer is better. You can make your own adjustments to it. But you could argue that you could make adjustments on the amp you're sending it to with the bass and treble controls. I don't know. But I do think the user interface of the Weem Mini is superior. This is going to be retailing for around about £99, 99 euros, I think 99 US dollars, give or take. It's around about there. And it's a very capable little device. It's a cracking little streamer for under £100, just under £100. If I was Arylic though, because the Weem sells for around about £89.99, okay, so it's 10 quid less. And I know why it's £10 more because of the screen and the USB and whatever. But personally, I think they should retail it for the same price as the Weem Mini. Sometimes the Weem Mini goes on sale and it's a bit lower, but the general price is 90 quid. So to compete with Weem, I think they should make it £89.99. I don't know. I just think Weem are established. You know, that Weem Mini. If someone's going to buy a streamer under 100 quid, the first thing they're probably going to look for is a Weem Mini. Okay? And they might not look at it, oh, that's 10 quid more. I might not realise it's got extra features. So I would stick this at £89.99. Personally, I don't know. But who am I to say? Anyway, but I can thoroughly recommend it. It's a great little streamer. Really enjoyed using it. Anyway, that comes to the end of the video. Thanks for getting this far if you have. Don't forget to subscribe. Come on, sort it out. Hit that subscribe button. Jeez, man. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next video.